Welcome to this exploration of Mystical Kabalah, a profound system of spiritual wisdom that has captivated mystics, magicians, and seekers for centuries. In this video, we'll delve into the esoteric traditions as understood by orders like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and Ordo Templi Orientis. We'll draw insights from influential figures such as Dion Fortune, Aleister Crowley, and Israel Regardie, while respecting their unique contributions to this field. Origins of Mystical Kabalah in its mystical and esoteric form, has roots that stretch back to medieval Jewish mysticism. However, the version we're discussing today is a syncretic blend that incorporates elements from various Western esoteric traditions. In the late 19th century, a revival of interest in occultism led to the formation of several influential magical orders. These groups reinterpreted Kabbalistic concepts through the lens of Hermeticism, Rosicrucianism, and other esoteric philosophies. This synthesis gave birth to what we now call Mystical or Hermetic Kabalah. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, founded in 1888, played a crucial role in shaping this tradition. They systematized much of the teachings and practices that form the backbone of modern esoteric Kabalah. Key scholars in esoteric orders. Several notable figures contributed to the development and popularization of Mystical Kabalah. William Wynne Westcott. One of the founders of the Golden Dawn, Westcott was instrumental in incorporating Kabbalistic elements into the order's teachings. Samuel Liddell MacGregor Mathers. Another Golden Dawn founder, Mathers authored the Kabbalah Unveiled, which became a seminal text in esoteric circles. Aleister Crowley. A controversial figure, Crowley expanded on Golden Dawn teachings and incorporated Kabbalistic concepts into his system of Thelema. Dion Fortune, author of the Mystical Kabalah, Fortune provided a clear and accessible explanation of Kabbalistic principles for modern practitioners. Israel Regardie. As a former secretary to Crowley and later a Golden Dawn member, Regardie published many previously secret teachings, making them available to a wider audience. These scholars, among others, helped shape the understanding and practice of Mystical Kabalah as we know it today. The Tree of Life overview. Central to Mystical Kabalah is the concept of the Tree of Life, a symbolic representation of the universe and the human psyche. It consists of 10 spheres called Sephiroth, connected by 22 paths. This diagram serves as a map for understanding cosmic forces and the journey of spiritual evolution. The Sephiroth. Let's explore each of the 10 Sephiroth, plus the mysterious non-Sephiroth known as Da'ath or the Abyss. Kether, crown. Kether represents the highest and most abstract concept of divinity. It's the first emanation from the infinite, unknowable source. In magical practice, Kether is associated with unity, pure being, and the attainment of cosmic consciousness. Its divine name is Eheya, meaning I am. The archangel associated with Kether is Metatron, often described as the scribe of God. Chokmah, wisdom. Chokmah embodies the principle of pure force in the cosmic father. It represents the initial impulse of creation and is linked to the zodiac as a whole. In magical workings, Chokmah is invoked for inspiration and the spark of new ideas. Its divine name is Yah, and the archangel is Raziel, keeper of divine mysteries. Bina, understanding. Bina is the Great Mother, the womb of form where the force of Chokmah takes shape. It's associated with Saturn and the sea, representing limitation and structure. Bina is called upon in works of manifestation and for understanding hidden patterns. Its divine name is Yhvh Elohim, and the archangel is Tzafkiel, chest, mercy. Chest represents expansion, benevolence, and structured growth. Associated with Jupiter, it embodies the archetype of the wise king or father. Magically, chest is invoked for abundance, leadership, and organizational skills. Its divine name is El, and the archangel is Zadkiel. Geburah, severity. Geburah is the sphere of dynamic energy, justice, and necessary destruction. Linked to Mars, it represents the warrior archetype. In magical practice, Geburah is called upon for courage, the breaking of obstacles, and righteous action. Its divine name is Elohim Gibor, and the archangel is Kamael. Tifereth, beauty. At the center of the tree, Tifereth represents harmony, beauty, and the higher self. Associated with the sun, it's the sphere of spiritual rebirth and illumination. Tifereth is invoked for healing, integration of the personality, and connection with one's divine essence. Its divine name is Yhvh Eloah Da'ath, and the archangel is Michael. Netzach, victory. Netzach is the sphere of emotions, desire, and artistic inspiration. Linked to Venus, it represents the artist and lover archetypes. Magically, Netzach is called upon for works involving love, art, and sensuality. Its divine name is Yhvh Tsabaoth, and the archangel is Haniel. Hod, splendor. Hod embodies intellect, communication, and magical practice itself. Associated with Mercury, it represents the magician and scholar archetypes. Hod is invoked for learning, writing, and all forms of communication. Its divine name is Elohim Tsabaoth, and the archangel is Raphael. Yesod, foundation. Yesod is the sphere of the astral plane, dreams, and the subconscious mind. Linked to the moon, it acts as a bridge between the higher realms and the material world. In magic, Yesod is called upon for psychic development, dream work, and as a gateway to higher realms. Its divine name is Shaddai El Chai, and the archangel is Gabriel. Malkuth, kingdom. Malkuth represents the physical world and our everyday experiences. It's associated with Earth and is the final manifestation of divine energy. Magically, Malkuth is invoked for grounding, manifestation, and connecting with nature spirits. Its divine name is Adonai Ha-Aretz, and the archangel is Sandalphon. The Abyss and Da'ath. Between the supernal triad, Kether, Chokmah, Bina, and the lower seven Sephiroth lies the Abyss, a gulf of chaos and dissolution. Within this abyss is the shadowy, non-Sephira called Da'ath, knowledge. Da'ath represents the ultimate challenge on the spiritual path where the individual ego must be transcended. In magical practice, work with Da'ath is considered extremely advanced and potentially dangerous, involving confrontation with one's deepest fears and the dissolution of the self. The paths between Sephiroth. The 22 paths connecting the Sephiroth are just as important as the spheres themselves. Each path represents a particular type of energy or experience encountered in spiritual development. These paths are traditionally associated with the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet and the 22 major arcana cards of the tarot. For example, the path between Malkuth and Yesod, associated with the Hebrew letter Tav, and the World card in the tarot, represents the first steps of rising above mundane consciousness. The path between Tifereth and Kether, linked to the letter Gimel and the High Priestess card, symbolizes the ultimate spiritual journey from the individual self to divine union. Tarot associations. The connection between Kabbalah and Tarot is a cornerstone of many magical traditions. However, there are some differences in attribution between various scholars. Eliphas Lévy, a 19th century French occultist, was one of the first to draw explicit connections between Tarot and Kabbalah. His system, however, differed from later attributions. He associated the four suits with the letters of the Tetragrammaton, YHVH. He linked the court cards with the four worlds of Kabbalistic cosmology. His numbering system for the major arcana started with the Fool as 0 or 22. Aleister Crowley, building on but significantly modifying the Golden Dawn system, made several changes. He switched the attributions of the Star and the Emperor cards. He renamed several cards, for example, Strength became Lust. He emphasized the connection between the paths, Hebrew letters, and astrological symbols. These differences reflect the evolving nature of esoteric thought and the personal insights of individual practitioners. Attributions of metals and powers. Each sephira is associated with various correspondences including metals, colors, magical powers, and more. Here's a brief overview. Kether, metal, none, sometimes associated with pure light, color, brilliant white magical power, union with the divine Chokmah, metal, tin color, gray magical power, vision, Bina, metal, lead color, black magical power, silence, understanding, chest, metal, blue color, blue magical power, memory, authority, Gabara, metal, iron color, red magical power, courage, energy, Tifereth, metal, gold color, yellow magical power, devotion, healing, Netzach, metal, copper color, green magical power, love, artistic ability, Hod, metal, mercury color, orange magical power, communication, intellect, Yesod, metal, silver color, purple magical power, astral travel, psychic abilities, Malkuth, metal, mixed metals, color, four-color scale, citron, olive, russet, black, magical power, discrimination, grounding. These correspondences are used in ritual magic, meditation, and other esoteric practices to attune the practitioner to the energies of each sephira. Practical applications. Mystical Kabalah is not just a theoretical system but a practical path of spiritual development. Practitioners use various techniques to work with the energies of the Tree of Life. Pathworking, a form of guided meditation where one imaginatively travels the paths between Sephiroth. Ritual magic ceremonies designed to invoke the qualities of specific Sephiroth or paths. Gematria, the practice of finding hidden meanings in words through numerical values of Hebrew letters. Talismanic magic, creating and charging objects with the energies of particular Sephiroth. Contemplation and study, deep reflection on Kabbalistic texts and symbolism. These practices are meant to facilitate personal growth, expand consciousness, and bring the practitioner into harmony with cosmic forces. Ethical considerations. It's important to note that mystical Kabalah, like any powerful spiritual system, comes with ethical responsibilities. Most reputable teachers emphasize the importance of using these practices for the highest good and warn against using them for selfish or harmful purposes. Conclusion. Mystical Kabalah offers a rich tapestry of symbolism and practice for those seeking to understand the nature of reality and their place within it. From its origins in medieval Jewish mysticism to its modern interpretations by esoteric orders, it continues to evolve and inspire seekers on the path of spiritual enlightenment. Whether you're drawn to its philosophical depths, its practical magical applications, or its potential for personal transformation, Mystical Kabalah provides a lifetime's worth of study and exploration. As with any esoteric system, it's advisable to approach it with respect, discernment, and a commitment to personal growth and the greater good. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Tree of Life. May your own path be illuminated by the timeless wisdom of Kabbalah.